Hello, welcome to Let's Cook at Home with your artificial artist, Lyric Jones. In this video, we're going to make a sweet potato pie. So I have already got you all caught up with the pictures to where we are. Okay, so the potatoes are cooling. So what we're going to do, we're going to add 2 eggs, hold on. We're going to sprinkle in, I have 2 tablespoons of self-rising flour. It could be regular flour. And I'm just going to sprinkle this in because I want to make sure it doesn't have any lumps in it. Okay? We had a few in there. Alright, and then I have 2 tablespoons of powdered butter. And I'm going to sprinkle that in too. I didn't even know they made powdered butter. I seen it in a video. I was like, what? Let me try that. Hold on. A butter lump just dropped in there. It'll crush up, but anyway. Now I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of amaretto. You can skip this part and you can add vanilla. But I like the taste of amaretto. So I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of amaretto. Alright, the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add in 1 whole can of condensed milk. And this is where I'm going to stop. So I'm going to open up my can, put my condensed milk in, and then I'm going to blend it up so you don't have to listen to all of that, okay? So that's it. I'll be back. Alright, so I have the filling all blended. I feel like I'm rushing. I do. I feel like I'm rushing. And it's mainly because this is not hard to do. Okay? And I cooked my potatoes in the InstantPot. So this really went by fast. So I'm going to slow down just a little bit to say. If you do not have an InstantPot, that is perfectly fine. We were making sweet potato pies long before InstantPot was even a thing, okay? You just get your pot of water, you peel and cut your potatoes, and you dice them, okay? What I was able to do, because I used the InstantPot, I didn't have to dice them, okay? And that was why I chose to use it. I wanted it to go by quicker, but if I was going to dice, boil water, okay, they cook faster when you dice them up, when you're going to use the boil method, okay? So that's what was different. So you don't have to think you can't make it because you don't have an InstantPot. The only thing the InstantPot did was boil. I can't bake in it. I'm going to have to put it in the oven, okay? So I just wanted to say that part. I think that's it. Because I just felt like I was rushing, and I don't want to rush. I want to make sure that you know what's going on. So we have our filling here, and as you can tell from the video pictures, I initially had 2 frozen deep dish I did show it in the pictures. Because I did all this early. Y'all, I've been up since like 4 in the morning. So a lot of these things I did, and I went to bed. Once I do the edit, then I'll be able to keep up better. So I'm talking ahead of myself because I'm not for sure what's going to make it to the edit. Okay? But I just don't want to, I don't want to cheat you. Okay? So I could go with a little bit more in here, but because I added that self-rising flour and not regular flour, I'm going to leave some room for it to expand. Okay? But like I said, I used a bigger and deeper pan. The rest of my filling I'm going to put in my little ramekins, and I'm going to cook them with no crust. Okay, so I'm going to oil these up really good, and the filling that I have left, I'm going to put them in the ramekins. And I got quite a bit. So you actually do have enough for 2 pies if you do it that way, and maybe even a little small one. I did not pour the water off of my potatoes. When you do the boil method, make sure you do that. Dump the water. Okay? I didn't dump my water because I didn't add a whole lot of water like I would if I was going to boil it on the stove. So I didn't add a whole lot of water. It's a little bit looser than I typically have it. I usually have my sweet potato mixture a little bit thicker. So think more like cake. Okay? When you make a cake out of the box, that consistency, that's what you're looking for. Mine is a little bit more loose just because I know I probably should have took a little bit of that water out, but it'll be fine. I seasoned it good, and I added the flour and the 2 eggs. It'll be fine. It just probably have to cook just a little bit longer. Typically, it's about 30 to 45 minutes. It depends on your stove. You let it cook until the knife comes out clean. Okay? I've never cooked a pie in this oven. I never made a sweet potato pie in this oven. So, I'm going to have to take my time with it. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little nutmeg on top because I forgot to put nutmeg in the mixture. So in my mix, if I don't forget to write it, I added cloves, cinnamon, allspice. I forgot to add nutmeg, and that's like the major showstopper. It's the nutmeg in sweet potatoes. So I'm going to make sure I put it in there. But, and then I added some ghee. That was why I went with the powdered butter, because I already added ghee. You can use a stick of butter. Okay, so if you don't have ghee and you don't have the powdered butter, which is fine. Like I said, I just happen to think of that at the end. This is not a deal breaker. Just a regular stick of butter. That's all you need. Okay, y'all know I do things, alright, but I don't fully expect you to do those things. A stick of butter is fine. This is a very easy recipe. Just make sure that when you boil your potatoes, make sure you can stick a fork through them. Okay, pour off the water, and when I did mine that way, that was when I added my stick of butter, and I put my seasonings in, put a lid on it, and then I just let it sit because you want it to cool off. You got to have it cool off before you start adding eggs in. They'll still cook. Okay, so that's the important part, is if you're going to cook it on the stove, make sure that your potatoes are completely cool. Alright, you don't want to cook scrambled eggs in your sweet potato. So that's it. Let me put this in the oven. I'll come back when it's done, and I'll let you know how long it took me, because like I said, this is a little looser than I normally would have it. But it'll cook. It'll be fine. I'll be back. Alright, time to give it a test. A test. A taste. I've been busy, y'all. You can see it on the, well, you'll see another video. I started the turkey deli meat. It's in the refrigerator waiting, so it'll be 3 days before I can take that out, or before I'm going to take it out. Okay, so while I was doing getting everything ready for that, I had the pie in the refrigerator, so I just swapped them out. So feeling a lot more cooler. So let's give it a taste, because I still got things to do before this night ends. I don't even want this big of a piece. See if I can get it out of here without tearing it up. Okay. I left some of it in the pan. Yeah, I left some of it in the pan. I didn't get down there good enough. But let's give it a taste. It's a little softer than I want it to be. Oh, that's delicious. That's delicious. Yeah, it's a little softer than I typically would make it. But like I said, that was because I didn't drain all that water off. But it's positively divine, baby. It's a good recipe. Just make sure you dump off your water. Or add more potatoes. If I'd had some more potatoes, I'd have used more potatoes. And I would have. But I only had that bag, and they were small. Let's get a little bit of Cool Whip. You don't even need it. It's sweet enough, but it's just, I think, a habit. You have sweet potato pie, you have Cool Whip. It's wonderful. Over here, these came out perfect. Well, I let them cook a little bit longer. Plus they're in this cast iron. But there's no crust, it's just the filling. But I'm going to eat it. It's going to be great. So, thank you for watching. Like, share, and comment. And if you think it's something that you might have a taste for, always write it in the comments. Sometimes people write me on Facebook. I am LyricOriginals1. Let's Cook at Home on Facebook. And I'm also Lyric Originals. So I think I got 2 art pages and 1 cooking page. And you can send me a private message there. It'll come to my Facebook Messenger if you don't want to leave something in the comments on YouTube. So that's all I got for you. Till next time, take care of yourself and keep a lyric in your heart. Bye-bye.